it's probably good that we don't all have dog tags or something that makes us easily identifiable. Then again, these deserts might be giving it away. I think I might need to be readdressing my attire. Maybe then people will stop shooting at me so much. And we're back. So I just got finished cleaning up, or not really cleaning up, the place is still completely under disaster, but cleaning out, rather, this old hotel, I believe it is. It looks like a couple of people set up shop at one point, used it as a, not really improv shelter, but moved in, made it relatively nice, basic amenities and whatnot. Didn't really get around to pouching up the walls and the ceiling and whatnot, but made it nice and livable. And some raiders came in and took over. Probably the unfortunate previous inhabitants that occupy the building pre-raider, hanging on the ceiling. But with the sort of recent developments, I've decided that perhaps wearing obvious regulator attire might be one of the primary reasons I'm getting shot at so much. I'm thinking a nice set of power armor might go a long way to mitigating a large number of people who constantly want to be shooting at me. And if nothing else, it'll make them expend a lot more ammunition trying to do any real damage. And, well, supposedly power armor is just all around good, although a little bit clunky. It still, of course, means I need to acquire a set, and I believe most of them are being somewhat occupied. So, I managed to get a nice load of various materials. At this point, Moira should be up and about. Go check the stuff I pulled in from last night, get some of that repaired up and sold. And, well, let's see, what time is it? It is only 8. Probably save me a little bit of time, and instead of repairing everything up now, I'll go find a different direction to run off in, and do another round of scavenging, see if I can acquire more random bits and bobs to sell. And then come back around probably early evening, late afternoon, early evening sort of time, and get everything sold off in one big go. The other thing that I need to start thinking about is sort of progressing along on my quest to find my father. Haven't really been asking around too much, just trying to, Trio looks oddly suspicious. Just trying to get the basics of survival down before I get the sort of nice polished amenities. I mean, realistically, even in this day and age, you can get probably a brand new house if you can either find it, which probably means the house was hidden to begin with, or pay some ridiculous amount of caps for somebody to build you something new.
Thirsty partner.
Of course, that's probably just a massive waste of caps.
In the capital wasteland.
So, I will... Well, actually, something I do want to do. Now that it's sort of early morning instead of middle of the night, and see if Sims is in. Huh. He is. Huh. So I got a feeling about a strange... I'm not exactly sure what to call it. These things. It's the same thing I had in the odd shack that I woke up in a couple nights ago. Giving your arguments impact. Not one to disagree with that.
Dad, I want to talk to you.
What's on your mind, man?
You said we could take that trip up north, you know? To see one of the old towns. Come on, Dad, you promised.
Oh, no. I did say that, didn't I? Okay. Yeah, we can do that. I've got some stuff to take care of, but after that, it's you and me. Okay, pal?
Okay, Dad. I'm going to hold you to it this time.
Okay, son. Okay.
Stuff to take care of and a strange, figurine. Not that I don't trust you, it's just, it does offer some insight as to where I might need to go next. Well, sort of immediate need is to, go offload a bunch of the stuff that I found. I also see if I can find a bag of some sort. That's what I should try and do. Find some way of jotting down some notes as to items I would like the various traders to find, even if it's at a slight markup for specialty orders. Just the ability to get items that I actually need, instead of hoping and wishing. That's all of the stuff put away from this little expedition. And I've noticed I've begun to acquire a rather substantial stock of various goods. Weapons mostly, which is a little unfortunate, but sort of is what it is.
Welcome to Megaton.
So, plan... I have no idea what plan number we're on. At this point, it really doesn't matter. see, what sort of ammo situation are we in? Only 7 sniper rounds. It's not ideal. I think I'm going to go down past Wasteland Motors, swing up to the library that I found, and sort of see what's going on down that direction. Seeing as how it's going to be, it's only 8:30. After that, swing up and across, and then back to the Super Duper Mart, pick up the bike, and head back home. That should be a nice, I want to say full day's work. Seeing as how I have an apparent almost infinite abundance of 10mm rounds, I should probably consider getting a weapon that uses them. But in the meantime, the pistol will have to do. And after overhearing Sim's conversation, I've given a little bit more thought as to what I want to do. Obviously, find my dad, figure out what's going on with that. And if that doesn't pan out, or other things happen, sort of an alternate plan is to have enough supplies, probably about a month's worth, and sort of head north. If I can't find any answers here, ask around, see what sort of rumors there are circulating about other towns and these sort of cities left over. Sort of figure out what it's going to take to get up to that, sort of up to the next stop, how far, how long. And the motorcycle definitely opens up some options for that, so I'm going to need to get that kitted out. This looks like a perfect ambush spot. Let's have a look. Definitely someone moving around up here. Yeah, those would be raiders. I'm not surprised. Oh. Oh yeah, here's some raiders. I know what. Let's go and try and shoot at them a bunch. That's always going to end well, right? And I think I've got in my bag. Okay. Actually, yeah, I see where you're at. Unfortunately, I do not trust you to be unlucky enough to get a random hit on me. There we go. Alright, so, level up time. Obviously, 15 points, probably half of that in small guns, so 7, 8 left over. That should give me let's see, 3 points in sneak, 3 points in medicine, and let's see, 1 point speech, 1 point repair, 1 point lockpick. Alright. So, perk time. Charge, useful. Daddy's Girl. Not entirely the biggest fan of these sort of take this perk multiple times and we'll give you a little bit more each time. So an extra 5. It's very similar to which one is it? It's Here and Now. This is the absolute worst perk in the game, bar none. Here, let's let you skip. Basically, let's burn your perk on getting another perk and stuff. That's even worse in New Vegas. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so the extra science and medicine, extra guns and repairs, explosive and melee. Are we that applicable? 10% faster experience. Not really an issue. Sneak and lockpick. Iron Fist. Well, I don't do unarmed to begin with. Let's see here. Wasteland Doctor. With the Wasteland Doctor perk, you can fully restore crippled arms and legs. Your knowledge of anatomy grants you an additional 5% bonus. Considering how much I've been patching myself up. Let's see, what am I passing up though? Okay, so this is level 6. Also level 6, but endurance of 6. And I think my endurance is only 4. So I'm thinking, both sort of in a practical as well as a what has my character been doing. Wasteland Doctor is the logical choice. So that was loads of fun and excitement, and another case of 2 minutes of sheer and absolute terror, followed by deluding the rather unlikable individuals who were trying to kill me. It's odd how everybody's undergarments seem to mysteriously pop out after you've do I have any sort of food at all? Odd little something I picked up on the travels. Fairfax. Well, all things considered, it appears to be in slightly better condition than the majority of the area. More ammo, more weapons, more flamer fuel, always going to be useful. But it looks like that's about it for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, word of this is definitely going to get out. Probably going to need to start properly disposing of these dead bodies. otherwise somebody's going to come along and say, oh, look, somebody's been taking out a bunch of raiders. I wonder who it's been. And then inevitably, there'll be someone who sees me walking out of an area. They walk in and, oh yeah, a bunch of dead raiders. I wonder who that was. Oh yeah, it's probably the person who just walked out. Go over and introduce themselves, and it's like, oh, who are you? I want to congratulate you for a good job. Alright, so come back later for the armor. Ability to sort of hammer out scrap parts or spare parts from tin cans makes the weapon significantly more valuable. I just need to remember to come back here and pick up my mail. There's an idea. Employ various people to roam predetermined locations and pick up mail and other various items. Okay. Actually, on second thought, that looks like a trap. That looks like a trap. That looks like a trap. That's a trap down there. Okay, let's disarm that. And that. Inevitably, some poor scavenger's gonna come through and say, oh look, bunch of dead raiders, don't really care who did it. Free stuff. And stumble onto the still very much active traps. Well, what time is it? It is... Oh, so that wasn't even an hour to, walk down, get shot a bunch, shoot a bunch of people, and, have to turn around on account of a full bag. Let's not go up there just yet. So, I'm pretty much out of supplies yet again. But I have made it about, well, not quite halfway to where I was heading. Probably only about a third of the way. So, what to do. Probably go and spend all of my caps again on, getting patched up, getting more ammo. And, oops. Getting the other essential necessities of survival. Unfortunately, I have a feeling that's going to be pretty boring. So I'll come back as soon as that is taken care of. And we're back. So I spent about an hour in game crafting up some new equipment, selling some old equipment, and otherwise trying to make progress with my seemingly futile quest to make progress. Let's see, quick bits of what I've managed to do. I did manage to sell off enough stuff to get the new recipe books. Moderately useful. Might be a couple of things worth trying in them. So definitely got some good ideas from those. Also, I got the recipe to create, to be able to create the 308 rounds for the sniper rifle. Converted a substantial supply of landmines, I think. It might have only been one or two, but definitely converted a couple of landmines into a batch of 50 308 rounds, which is going to very much affect my sort of income. There's about 300 caps worth of ammo. Next on the shopping list is 5.56 ammunition. Realistically, I don't go through shotgun shells that much, and 5.56 is going to be useful for sort of general purpose up close, or sort of medium range. So, let's see, do I have anything else to go over? Down to sort of minimal amounts of looking stuff around. I still need to find some mole rats. I think I need another like 8 mole rats. Pistol, silence pistol, sort of standard loadout here. So I'm still after mole rats and sort of various standard loadout of food and drink. But I've gotten rid of a lot. I've noticed my finger collection has increased quite a bit. I think at 5 caps apiece, that's 200-ish caps. Definitely not worth the fuel and repair sort of cost to get up there. But if I'm up there, might as well turn them in. And for some strange reason, I've got 3 teddy bears and pre-war stuff. Not really worth going back in town. So, the game plan, sort of for the rest of the morning. Originally, I had come down to what turned out to be Fairfax Ruins, and then over. Well, originally I was going over, so south and then east, back to the library, ended up stopping at Fairfax Ruins, got shot at a bunch. But as I stepped outside, I remembered that when I was first coming to this area, I passed by Springvale, and there was some sort of a school. So I think I'm going to go check that out. Probably going to be a good number of raiders, but it's relatively close. I haven't looted it yet, and if there's raiders, there's probably a good supply of sort of useful bits and bobs. And the sewer, which I'm not going to go into just yet. A little bit concerned what might be down there. Oops, let's see what weapon this is. Ah, there's the actual location on the map. One thing I'm looking for is some upgrades to these weapons. That will come later. So, we're getting shot out in the morning. Ammo. I'd really like to find a nice little spray can of paint or some chalk or something, just to be able to mark which raiders I've looted. And let's see. Nope, there's still someone up here. That wasn't good. But let's have a quick look outside before we head in. There's nothing in the trash bins. Gas tank, handbrake. cigarettes, shotgun, ammo. Unfortunately, I'm not really expecting to find all that much besides raiders. Ideally, I'd like to find the infirmary or sort of nurse's office, if there's something like that in here. And I think I'm just going to sort of scoop everything up. And drop it in a container out here. Still looking for that duffel bag. Alright. That I don't need, that I don't need. That. That actually weighs a bunch. So I'm trying to minimize the amount of stuff I'm carrying in. Alright. Well, that's almost standard for this sort of thing. And let's see, do I have okay, so drop some mines, run away. Well, that went slightly better than expected. Ammo, hunting rifle, pool cues, not really worth anything. The bandanas are useful for sort of scrap cloth. Spring bit, a library key. Let's see. So I'll have to make sure to stop by and pick all the, sort of pull all their armor off to make sure I'm not missing anything. Ooh, this looks promising. A junk metal spear. Lunchbox. Ah, here we go. Stimpaks. Let's probably make this quick. No, because okay, minor return of that pesky and annoying headwind that I seem to have received at some point. Let's see. Read that later. How did I miss the dog? It's actually slightly concerning. Ooh, more reading. Let's see here. Just gonna give this a quick little read. Picking off caravans and a megaton. And trying to mine into the vault near here. And ant hive. Okay. So, possibility of ants. let's see, that goes to the lower level. It's a improv bedroom. Let's finish clearing out up here. Not really much in the way of any decent books. Shame. Alright, so this is probably the door to outside, I'm guessing. And I'm not really expecting to find... Oh. Wasn't really expecting to find anything in there. Grab that. But luckily, from the sounds of it, all the raiders came running to the one door that I went in. And with that in mind, I can take a second to check metal cooking pot. Not sure if those are really of any use. First aid box, empty of course. And a classroom. Hand-me-down Raider armor. Okay. Surgical tubing. Come this way. And what else? Okay, so that goes to the outside. And another stim pack that's worth a small fortune for me. think I need one of those. Ooh, fridge. Clam bits, squirrel bits, something resembling fruit. I'll take it all. Pressure cooker I know is useful. Actually, I should probably give this area a solid looking over. I almost missed those 2 stim packs. Make that 3. And a pressure cooker, and more food. Okay, quick check to make sure, actually... Okay, quick check to make sure that I... don't have anything... Oh. That I'll have to look at later. I need to drop a little bit of weight, or... alternatively repair a couple of things. I think I've got some silly things, though. So I'm just going to go stick them in the fridge, because that's obviously the best spot to put all this stuff. Let's see, that I don't need. Empty bottles I don't really need. Pressure cookers are so heavy. I really need them. Tin cans, pickle jars. Okay. Before I go looking this around everywhere, so I think I'm getting about 40% of the sort of value of the items from traders, at least from Moya, which is who I'm primarily trading with. So that would be 90, call it 75 caps. Not entirely sure how that counts for armor, but it looks absolutely horrendous. And even though everybody loves to be shooting at the people with the fancy dusters, I think I'll continue to wear that. So I'm just going to stuff a bunch of stuff in this filing cabinet. Come back for it. Rifle, pipe rifle, switchblades. That's heavy. Luckily, of course, I'm not too far from town. It's not going to be too big of a deal to sort of haul everything back home in a giant duffel bag. Or just sort of stuff it in my pockets and wrap it up with a bit of string. Those I don't need immediately. that I just need at some point. And realistically, I can drop the books. Okay, so that frees up a bunch of pocket space. And let's see, I wanted to check over here. This is a downstairs. And here we go, first aid box. Not really much else to find down there. Let's see, here it is, the down area of the Springvale School lower level, which is what I'm after. Oh, why am I not surprised there's more raiders down here? Interesting. Water. Useful bits. And this looks to be the tunnel mentioned. Yep, this is in fact the ant tunnel mentioned in the notes. So it looks like this is the ants that the raiders were trying to mine out. I think it says something when a somewhat coordinated group can't take out a handful of ants. There's a single person with a shotgun. Seems to have very little trouble. Assault rifle, stim packs, ammo. Another one of those books. And I'm hoping I can make something out of this meat. If not, I'm relatively close to turning around. Ooh, gunpowder. Which is the primary ingredient I need for making ammo. So that's this side. And over here looks to be not much. Oh, right, of course, because this is the way up. So I think the only thing... Oop, there we go, water. I think the only thing left is a little bit more of a clear out, make sure that I didn't miss anything important. And that goes upstairs. So if I check the map, okay, I'm going to head back to the front door, if I can remember where it is. That's this, that's that, and front door should be right through here, down, pick up all this stuff. And basically head back to town. Not really much left to do. So, all in all, relatively successful little scavenging trip. Not quite what I was thinking, but well, today's already been a pretty long day, and it's not even lunchtime yet. So, the next big project is going to be drop all the stuff off now that I have a couple of stim packs, I can sort of stay out in the field a little bit longer. So drop all the stuff off, probably just shove it in one of my random little boxes. Ooh. Useful stuff. So drop all the stuff in a box and head back down towards the library, sort of taking the original route that I meant to do this morning, except actually try and get there. So after sort of pondering the goings on of how much sort of how many supplies I can find per sort of location, and accounting for tradables and sort of how fast I can stockpile things, in, I'd say, probably 2 weeks, I'll have enough supplies built up to hopefully make a drive up north at least feasible, if I'm not sort of otherwise occupied. And hopefully in that 2 weeks, while I'm out scavenging, I can try and find my dad, see what all that's about. But other than that, there isn't really much holding me here, although I would like to take care of a couple of minor things that have come up. To find out who employed the very dislikable individual who approached me trying to blow up the town. See if there's any actions that can be taken against them. I have a feeling that even though the probably the first person they hired was the Burke character, they're probably going to try again. And even though the bomb is disarmed, I'm sure there's enough assorted things that they could do to cause the town various hardships and just unpleasantries. Let's see, I don't think you have anything. You know, considering how many people are out just trying to kill me, it's surprising no one's trying to take this town. I mean, I'm sure they've tried, but the guard seems to be the announcer robot. A random caravan composed of, what, a merchant and 3 guards, and the sheriff. I really can't say that's all that impressive. Something's up.